Warning, please read before playing. Probably something about seizures. I'm good, thanks. If you have seizures, go away, I guess. Not allowed. Gatekeeping this one. This isn't the video for you. This is the video for me though, assuming my PC's gonna be able to both run and record this game at the same time, because it's a very pretty looking game. A game that came out very recently, a game that I don't know why I'm teasing. Because it's Biomutant. You've seen it in the title. I'm playing Biomutant today. Check this shit out. It's a robot bug. There's a grasshopper. And it's some sort of furry. A goopy hand furry. Uh-oh. Is that meant to be happening? Are you cool with that, dude? Biomutant. He doesn't seem overly bothered about his goop hand. He's kind of just living with that. Wow. It's like a thing out of one of them there animes. Oh well. In case of emergency, he always carries a giant spiky ball on a chain. That's a landmine, isn't it? You just threw a landmine at you. Not a landmine, the other thing. A sea mine. An aquatic mine. You a bit fucked there, bud. Got my cursor on screen, is that okay? Oh, I guess it has to be, because I've got to select my language. I am Anglais. This game, I've not really introduced it much yet, but I've been excited for this one for a long... Oh, they're talking. Okay, never mind.
A plague is ruining the land, but the tree of life still stands.
Well, that's good.
Is, for how long? End is coming to the new world. The tribes stand divided, in need of someone strong enough to unite them, or bring them all down. This is a story with an unusual beginning. So, let's expect an unusual end.
Wow. Biomutant, we're at the title screen. Let's finally intro this shit. Took long enough. Yeah, Biomutant. It's a game that I've had an interest in for a while. It's been on my Steam wishlist for literally years. Honestly, I know very little about it. I know it's reviewed quite badly recently since it's been out. And that it's an open world, sort of hacky slashy thing, probably somewhat similar to the other game I'm playing on my channel, which also includes a Tree of Life, Darksiders 2. I imagine it's in that similar sort of vein, so I might just be playing two of the same game for a bit. But what really drew me to this game, hands down, was the art style, the colour palette. It's very, very vivid, very vibrant, some very sort of like weird fucked up abomination creatures, but with this really sort of cutesy, cartoony colour palette, which is just this really unique art style, and I just have been very interested in diving into this game for a very long time. So that's what we're going to do.
Welcome to Biomutant.
Thanks. Thanks. I feel welcome. I feel welcome in Biomutant. I'm going to play on medium, because that is the normal difficulty for normal people. Wait. Is it going to play the same cutscene again? Is it going to show me the same cutscene twice? There's a bit of a, like, graininess on the visuals. I don't know if you've noticed. Like, when the things are in focus, they look fine. But when they're... where you normally have, like, motion blur, it instead has this weird sort of grainy effect. I don't know. Presumably it's an intentional thing, but let's make our character, shall we? I can be a primal, which is the basic bitch character. No one wants him. Oh, I could be this little nerdlinger, the dumb don. We could be Rex. He's got a bit of a cute vibe about him, doesn't he? He's got a big fluffy head. We could be Hyla. Oh, that's yeah, less said about that one the better, honestly. Oh, I wasn't expecting this guy. I wasn't expecting him. Or Murgle. Okay, I mean, it's gotta be FIP, hasn't it? It's gotta be. We've gotta be a FIP. Define your character's starting attributes. To see more detailed explanations of what each attribute has, press I.
Define your genetics.
Press I. Vitality is the amount of health and energy cost of dodging. Interesting. Health is the amount of health you have. Okay, so health and vitality are the same thing. Oh, health is increased by vitality. Okay, so that's just confusing. I want to know what are the stats? Strength, vitality, charisma, intellect, agility. They're the important ones. So, vitality increases your health and reduces the energy cost of dodging. Strength increases melee damage, and that's it. Intellect defends how much key energy you have and how fast your key energy regenerates, as well as the amount of damage you deal with psi powers and mutations. See, that sounds fun. That sounds fun. Agility, your overall speed. Is that just movement speed getting affected by agility? Because, I mean, movement speed's nice and all, but is that something that we want to get too excited about? Charisma. How easy it is to persuade other characters as well. So that's just like an RP thing. Was luck one as well? Depends how lucky you are. Crit chance and loot chance. No, it wasn't. Okay. So I'm thinking I want to be a big intellect boy. Oh, I see. So we can do the slide. We can do the slider. This is so silly. What I want is kind of good intellect and vitality, but I'm not that bothered about charisma. I guess I can't do that though. There's no way of getting, yeah, both intellect and vitality up. We can basically pick two stats to invest into, or we can be perfectly even. So I guess we'll go like intellect agility then, but lean more intellect. We'll go fast and we'll shoot magic powers. I like that. Confirm.
Choose a genetic resilience.
Oh, okay. See, yeah, if we get better against radioactivity, we're going to be awful against biohazard. I think it's nice to just be in the middle for this, right? Oh, we can get one of them up to 7 without reducing any of the others. So I guess we'll have slightly more biohazard resistance. There we go.
Choose your first style.
Ooh. Oh. Now you're saying this, you're making me feel like I'm designing my very own furry OC. Now that you've described it as a fur style, I wasn't really thinking about it in those terms before. I kinda like just the big panda spots for the eyes. I like those. It's like he's like genetically grown big, scary, intimidating eye features to make up for the fact that his actual eyes are only tiny little dots. It's like what butterflies do.
Pick your main color.
Ooh. I mean, we're leaning into this, right? If we're going to be a furry OC, we need to be vibrant pink.
Choose your detail color.
My detail color? Oh, that's not detail. Hey, that's not detail. That's sort of the main color, really. I mean, if we go for something like horrible lemon yellow, I think that will clash just enough to make me look sick every time I look at my character. So, yeah.
Pick a mercenary.
Ah, okay. Okay, so we've got a class to pick on top of this. But we're going to want whatever is the wizardy one, which is probably Psy-Freak, right?
Saboteur.
Saboteurs seem cool.
Sentinel.
If I press I, will it tell me more information? No. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. It does tell me a bit here. The mercenary is a trained swordsman who has mastered the art of the blade. That ain't me, Chief. Deadeye is a tricky, skillful rogue who's chosen a life outside law and society values. I mean, that's fun, and I do have good agility, so maybe that would be nice.
Commando.
Oh, it's Rambo. I could be the big pink and yellow Rambo. The Commando is trained as an operative in an elite special operations force. Commandos are... yeah, okay. Psy-Freaks are experimenting with psionic powers and mutations. They're usually outcasts on the fringe of society.
Saboteur.
I like how this guy's just wearing a t-shirt and a jacket. Like, I don't know, he just seems like he should be from Watch Dogs or something. The Saboteur is a cunning, skilled explorer trained to operate covertly in both suburbs and wildernesses. Sentinels dedicate themselves to protect a house. Their dedication... I don't like the word dedication twice in such a short piece of... whatever. Supreme belief in dogma. I mean, I love the facial expression he's pulling for this one, but I think I'm going to have to be a Psy-Freak. I think I want to be a big Zap boy.
Psy-Freak chosen.
Psy-Freak chosen. You are right. I chose the way of the Psy-Freak.
That'll work.
That'll work. I'm in. Move forward, use W. Okay, yeah, I kind of gathered that.
With a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story
No?
that's already begun.
No? Okay. Alright. I'm fast, aren't I? Look at all my agility points paying off. I can bunny hop.
We're already at the crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road where you make a choice, or simply stop living.
I gotta say, I really like the way, again, I mean, the environment's fucking gorgeous, that's another thing. But
for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice. A reflection of your key, the primal energy that flows through everything.
Colour me light blue for freedom and loyalty.
Let me introduce myself.
Oh god.
I'm the light and bright side of you, or your inner voice to be precise. An echo of balance and consequence of your actions as you move forward.
Sure, I'll be a good guy.
Seems more like you're being light-headed if you ask me, but you'll come around eventually.
Alright.
But what comes around goes all the way back around. So, it's better to stick to your instincts. You can't fight what's in your nature.
In your nature, and here I was hoping we'd be all about natural selection, survival of the strongest, and so forth. If that's not instinct, then I don't know what is.
This is reminding me a lot of Black and White, and if you've never played that game, then I'm not going to elaborate, but if you have, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Natural selection is all about evolution and progress, and as soon as there's enough light, darkness will disappear.
Fascinating. Can I go kill stuff? Oh. I guess she can kill stuff. I did it! My light is my aura is somewhat light. Look at my somewhat light
Right
aura.
is always right.
Okay, if you say so. I like the narrator. I like having a narrator. I think that's fun. Oh, I have a gun. I have a gun.
Stories of death and the bodies left behind. A reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others.
Sure. Man eats meat. Is this... Do we have to eat this?
Do you remember the beast that shattered your family? Or
God,
did
look
you
at my
choose
character.
to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for the exposition. I appreciate it. What is my character? Oh. Okay, Alt for a food. Maybe I should be playing this with the controller. I don't actually know. Alt isn't the most easily accessed. Alt and left click is a monkey. Oh, okay, you can... I can fire and roll at the same time. Phoenix flight is space and jump. Oh, I can like slow motion? That's fun. Panther sweep. Oh. Why did you tell me to do that? Parry. Oh, that's neat. Viper bite. Rabbit's fury. The fuck? We just saw this in a cutscene.
Make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story.
Is it invincible? Okay, I guess it's invincible. Guess I'll make a run for it. Shift? Shift to run here. Didn't tell me that, but I figured it out all on my own. It's weird that they made like an FMV out of that section that I just did, that we watched at the start. That was odd. It was odd that they did that. They could have FMV'd anything else, but they just like turned the tutorial in. I don't know. That was an odd decision. I say I very much like the way that we created our character like in the world though, and the camera just panned out and it was like, now you're playing. I thought that was fun.
To run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes.
Escape explosion. Are we safe? Did we escape explosion?
The Predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the Tree of Life started to die.
Uh-huh. Move towards an enemy to target them with melee attacks. Aim the camera towards an enemy to target them with ranged attacks. To reload your ranged weapon, press R. To use an ability, press the button it's bound to while pressing and holding middle button. To throw a sparkling ball of key energy that damages multiple enemies when it hits, hold the mutation, select and press the bound input. What? Key energy is used for dodging, using mutations and performing special attacks. When you're out of key energy, you'll be unable to perform these actions. Your key energy regenerates both in and out of combat. Okay. That is the dumbest control I've possibly ever seen.
Almost there.
Hold middle click and press E.
You're absolutely
Hold
right.
middle click is just, it's not. That's not a thing you want to do, it's really not.
Dead already.
I might have to remap these controls, assuming it lets me. Like, if this is going to be my sort of standard ranged attack, then I'd rather just have that like on hold left click. Or hold E and then left click to do it, or something. You know, I feel like there's better ways of doing that. So I'm not certain about Alt for my dodge either. I don't know, there's some less than obvious control choices here. Let me just see, is my controller automatically like plug and play in here? Yeah, okay. Okay, we might just switch to controller. We got right trigger for gun. Hold that to get access to my abilities. That's left trigger. Is that reload on right bumper? Is that melee attack? Left bumper? No, that's melee attack. I don't know what that. Oh, that'll be parry, won't it? And then dodge roll on B, like all good Dark Souls games. Yeah, this is much better. I don't know why I thought for some reason this game would make more sense as a mouse and keyboard game, but it's definitely not. It's definitely not making more sense. This feels 100 times better. So that's my word of advice for anyone looking to pick this game up so far. Play with a controller. You find a medic supply. Bags like these contain items that can heal you if your health doesn't automatically your health doesn't automatically regenerate in combat. You need to use consumables or find other ways to heal. That's nice. I mean, I don't seem to need it right now, but unless I already used it, I don't know. I don't really know how that worked. I think I've got too much agility. I move too fast. I can't keep up with my own character. Oop. Found an electric module. You found a weapon special effect add-on. Attach it to your range weapon to give it extra damage type for as long as the ammo lasts. Some enemies have resistance or weakness to different special effects, so use them wisely. Sure. To attach a special effect add-on, select through the consumable menu. This is doing that thing where it just completely front loads all of its tutorialization. I really don't like it when I burp in the middle of a sentence, and I really don't like it when games do this. I'd rather it slowly drip feed me stuff so I have time to get used to things. Use a bandage by holding the up on the D-pad. Okay, I might remember that. That was a bit janky, wasn't it? No between animation there. Walk into it and bang, magnetized to the chain. It feels rough around the edges, I'm not going to lie. I'm starting to see where a lot of the complaints were coming from. As neat as the visual style is, as neat as the aesthetic is, as sort of...
Everywhere. To most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways.
Remember to parry enemy attacks. When the enemy attacks, press the bolts with the heads, press the left bumper. Let's do it. Wow, that was fun, wasn't it? Good parry.
Your energy is empty.
Okay, guess I'll shoot him for... To be fair, my gun does like... Did he just say bangarang? Oh, okay, sludge is bad. I've discovered sludge is bad. I didn't realise sludge was bad. I see where I made a mistake. I will learn from my mistakes and hopefully never repeat them. You said bangarang though, that threw me off so hard. I wasn't expecting Skrillex to be the narrator for this game. Okay, it's just put me back here, that's fine.
The oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only
Yeah, my gun is like as good as my magical abilities, so I don't know why I would use my magical abilities.
changed with it. Evolution has its ways.
Doesn't seem to be any particular advantage to doing so. Oh, I guess I need to reload sometimes. That's an opportunity to do this for a bit, I suppose. Ow.
You're empty of ki.
All about the gun though, right? For a magic user, I have already changed my mind on the whole concept of magic. I don't know, maybe I'll learn some cool abilities as the game goes on. I do currently only have this and all of those buttons to play with. Fallen enemies can be often looted for healing items. Do so. Oh, it's a dandy candy. That's my favourite. This game is wacky. I'll give it that. Like, conceptually and narratively, it seems unique at least. It's playing a lot like your sort of Assassin's Creed-y sort of deal, only with worse combat. So I am seeing, like, gameplay wise, I'm seeing a lot of the complaints. But like the whole like world and again the visual style are enough to keep me intrigued for now. We'll see how long that lasts. So that crosshair's fucking garbage. Can't even see it half the time. Hooray! Look at me go. Do you have loot because you're a big man and big men have loot? Yeah, you do. It's a tongue tickly. The it's like, I guess this is what they were going for, but it's like a quaint little fairy dimension, like some like children's book or something written by Enid Blyton or someone like that, Roald Dahl perhaps, something very twee, something very cutesy about it, but then the whole thing's just been corrupted. As I say, it depends a lot how RPG-ish this game gets. Because at the moment, just as like a core action game, I can definitely feel a lot of repetition. Some enemies carry large shields. You need to break the shield with melee attacks before you can deal damage to the enemy. Oh no! I've not been using melee attacks. I don't know how they work. What was the button for melee in? Okay, there we go. Found it. I parried. Okay. Well, that wasn't so bad. Again, very little impact with those melee attacks. Very little sort of player feedback, I suppose. Doesn't feel very nice to do the melee, which is why I'm leaning harder on the ranged. I feel like a game focused on melee combat needs to be needs to have appropriate weight, appropriate sort of game feel, you know. Defeating enemies, okay, leveling up. Okay, that's what I want to see. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for leveling up. That wasn't the button it told me to press, obviously. Oh wait, no, hang on. I'm back from there and I get to my character level up. Okay, okay, cool. So what do? When you level up, you can increase the attribute of your choice by 10. Pick which attribute you want to increase from the list. Oh, I can actually increase luck now. I couldn't start with luck, but I can increase it as the game goes on. I mean, I guess if I keep pumping intelligence, eventually my spells will get, you know, better than my gun. You would hope. I really don't want more agility. I'm already too fast. I'm intrigued. Like, increasing my crit chance by 3% with each point of luck sounds very strong. Also, I do feel like maybe I should get some vitality at some point. For now, I think we'll just keep embiggening the brain, yeah. You'll earn upgrade points when leveling up. You can be used to get special shit. Okay, cool. 2 pillars of Wung Fu, the core martial arts you start with and the weapon mastery techniques you unlock. Okay, I'm going to pick close combat because it seems like I need something to deal with shield users, which are probably going to be a thing going forward. An unarmed. I can learn an unarmed type ability. Or I can learn a gun type ability. Yeah, we'll get an unarmed type ability. I don't like how it's like dog treats. Or a dog tag, in fact, that I spend to level up. It does feel like... I hate to say it, I feel like the designers of this game are just big furries. Okay, so that's just going to give me a new combo. I might pass on that, honestly. I might get the gun thing. What's the gun thing? I was kind of hoping I'd be able to, like, learn some new magic powers, honestly. I was kind of hoping that's what I'd get, since I picked the magic build. I'm not really that interested in either of these. I mean, I get... the fuck? What the fuck is that attack? That's very silly. I don't know. I guess we'll get this. There we go. Oh, hello. We can access more stuff now. Maneuvers. Oh no, this is just showing me what I know. I guess there wasn't anything I could unlock in any of these. In fact, it seems like there's not much I can unlock at all. Outside of special maneuvers with specific weapon types. Once you have more upgrade points, remember to spend them on perks and special attacks in the Wung Fu and perk menus. Perks. Perks! Why wasn't I allowed to spend... Was I allowed to spend them here? Did I just not realise I could tab between menus at the time? Whatever. Next time we level. Next time we level, we'll look into that. It wasn't very clear, though. What the fuck? It's drugs! You can't give me drug. There we go, tongue tickly. I'm sure that's not a drug. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, it's less like a kid's name for a candy, and more like a hard drug that's named after a candy.
Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight.
You're really going to give me a crowbar? I literally just learned a new unarmed ability, and you're giving me a crowbar. I mean, I'm going to use the crowbar. If the game will allow me. I don't care, I'll work it out. Main hand. Oh, can I not crowbar? Is the crowbar not a weapon? Can I take off my jacket? Oh. Oh, now that's a man right there. Look at that big furry chest. That's what we want. Fuck the jacket. We're going full pink mode. There ain't no stealth around here. I make an entrance when I make an entrance, you know what I mean?
That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy.
So the claw bar is a tool for breaking pipes. Got you. You're on your way to performing a special attack. Possible special attacks are prompted on the lower right.
Whoa.
Okay.
It's
I
time
see.
to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it.
Who are you? Is this my grasshopper? Is it my grasshopper narrating my experience? Because it sounds like he's talking to me directly. It sounds like it's something I can canonically hear. Okay, that's pretty fun. That's a pretty fun thing that I can do there. Oh, I can double jump. Cool. I mean, I just learned a giant, like, turn into an electric bolt and spin through the sky attack, but double jump's cool too, I suppose. What are we looking at here?
The Morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you.
Well, could they just not?
Get on.
Could they just not do that?
Your key energy isn't up for that.
I keep forgetting the fucking controls. It's weird having, like, 3 different attack buttons. Having gun and melee and magic power button. It's a lot for one such as me to remember.
Maybe count. All fired up.
Try this. That did less damage than I was hoping for. It did seem to stun it though, so that was nice. Bioblobs. You absorbed a bioblob. These points are used to unlock mutations. You collect bioblobs by defeating Morks and finding containers of it. Okay, so Morks specifically drop their own currency. Good to know.
Hold on to that.
I guess I'm meant to be excited to find Morks then. I guess they're a good thing. Up the chain. Mm-hmm. And this once again plays into one of my favourite visual tropes in video games, and just anything really, media in general, is the ancient civilization reclaimed by nature sort of style. I always really enjoy that.
Toxinol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind.
Well, it's nice that they were hopeful. What's this thing? You found a puzzle! These are scattered around the world. Some open new paths, while others feature different rewards. Switch which node is selected. Use to rotate the node. Use. This is the number of rotations you have left. The higher your intellect, the more moves you have. Okay. Each node has a certain position it must be rotated into to complete the puzzle. Running out of moves before that may have consequences. May have consequences? What does that mean? Okay. So that needs to... It didn't rotate the way I thought it would rotate.
Just a few moves left. Make them count.
Okay, sure. I wouldn't really call that a puzzle. Not quite
There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and, without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right. But no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours.
See, this has clearly got like an environmental message, this game. It's clearly like the Toxanol are clearly like an allegory for mankind, right? And we're destroying the planet and then we're going to leave it, and then hey, maybe some small mammals will mutate and take over the planet in our absence. But honestly, that seems like a good thing. Like, presumably I wouldn't have mutated and gained sentience and be the very cool, weirdly lime green and pink creature you see before you, right?
Sound of spark metal going pew.
I'll just be a dumb rabbit otherwise.
It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt.
Oh, I love potentially brain melting. Let's do it.
It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short
Oh, it's
circuit the door.
another one of those really tough puzzles. There's really, really smart puzzles that I need to solve.
Just a few moves left.
Where I just put things where they need to go, and that's that. I don't know, maybe there's potential for those puzzles to get a little bit more involved as the game goes on, but at the moment it's literally just, well, this one's white, so I need to rotate it so that it points at the white thing. A handicapped gentleman. I guess he's bad. Perfectly countering an enemy will stun them. A stunned enemy has stars circling above their head, and after hitting the enemy again, you launch it up in the air by pressing LB. Okay, so countering is more than just avoiding damage, I guess.
The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out.
Oh, he's on my side. Okay. Didn't realise. Wasn't clear. I'm not shooting things. See, it's weird because the electricity auto-aims. I don't have to do shit for this. As long as there are enemies in my vicinity, it'll hit them. But then I need to readjust to actually like having to use the, as previously mentioned, very hard to see crosshair to shoot the enemies.
No hope of that with as little energy as you have.
Shut up. Smack talking my energy. I've got plenty of energy. I've got energy for days, boy. Watch what I can do. Oh, it's like a pile driver. Okay, okay. I take everything back. Everything bad I said about the melee combat in this game is revoked. It's the best melee combat ever because you can pile drive your enemies.
Finish him off.
I am. Oh, you want me to finish him off in style? Oh, wait, that didn't work. Why didn't that work? There it goes. There we go. Okay, yeah, unspeakable hand. I don't know why it's called unspeakable hand when it should clearly just be called pile driver in all caps, but... You got this, bud? You got this one? I can zap him if you want. He didn't seem that particularly bothered. He didn't seem particularly bothered about saving himself there. He was just sort of watching the dude swing at him, so I figured I should probably intervene. Dandy. Only the dandiest of candy for me. Okay, where did he go? He just fucking pissed off. Clearly wanted nothing to do with me. A new friend, an old friend. Which is it? It literally can't be both.
He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why.
Da ba za ba boo. It's fucking Jabba the Hutt.
But he hasn't given up. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed. There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true.
Oh, I'm a one-eyed Ronin, am I?
The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad. The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past.
Remember what?
How Lupa Lupin somehow left you alive
Lupa
after his
Lupin.
raid on the old village. He must have had a purpose with that. The question is, what? There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end. He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have. It was after the attack that the unity fell apart.
You know,
Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land.
again, thank you, Mr. Exposition, but probably not the smartest idea to literally play a sound clip of garbled language and then play a sound clip of the translation of it for literally every piece of text this guy says if he's going to talk this much, because that is doubling the length of an already sort of lengthy procedure that can get a bit grating at times. What's at stake?
The impending threat of the World Eaters bringing down the Tree of Life is ever so close.
Is Lupa Lumin a World Eater?
He also worries about the Jagni tribe that's actively working for a doomsday and purging of the world.
Or is he a Jagni tribe?
Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree.
Remember the tree. Have you seen a tree? By default, dialogues are set to advance from the NPC line to the next automatically. If you want to manually... whatever. Way back in the long ago... Oh look, I'm a little version of me. The camera doesn't know where to look. The camera is very confused by my smallness. What if I just go in this cave instead? I just don't do what you're telling me to. Oh, the power of memory doesn't allow me to do that. God. Honestly, if this game was just a fucking walking simulator with these environments, I'd probably like it more. It's such nice environments, but goddamn. What the fuck is this?
Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Mooma knows you are here.
Why is there an Elvis weasel? I don't think she cares.
Sounds like he thinks she does. Despite your heart growing dark, there's nothing as powerful as a Mooma's love.
You on about my heart growing dark? That's a bit of a conclusion to jump to.
Why you came all the way out here to see them, the potato
Potato people. That sounds like a slur.
The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life.
Right, so that's the life tree. That little fucking DNA strand of a tree. Potato people is better.
You might be right. Like potatoes, they're packed with energy, an excellent source of ki.
Wow.
The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding.
Wait, so he's not a potato person? We're looking for the potato. He's very big. I only come up to his knee. You're a very large fella, aren't you, Elvis? The character designs are just wild. They really are. So what am I doing? I'm hunting down a potato person. Or a no-no. Can I just do this? Yeah, of course I can. Gravity means nothing to a creature as small as me. I don't have enough body mass to suffer from such things. I like how I'm a literal child, but I can still do fucking ninja flips and shit. Check me out. Okay. Okay. Ruffle the... I did it. I ruffled it. How'd you get here?
You found one. You should be proud. They don't come out for everyone. The Nono's ki energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life.
Ah, it's a baby tree of life. Will it grow strong enough?
Only time will tell. At least his intention is to dedicate his life to it. He has the feeling the fate of the world depends on it.
That's what happened to Elvis. He didn't die. He went to tend the tree of life.
You'll need to support the tree.
Can't help but notice I can see through his leg down there.
It'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released
The
from the
seam in
Nono
his
as they
jeans
become
is
one
transparent.
with the tree. You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The Nono are sensitive beings, an embodiment of ki.
Why can't he just fucking do it? It's right there next to you. You have a net. Why are you giving this to me? It doesn't work. I kick the shit out of it. There we go, it worked that time.
You handle that net like you've never done anything else. He's impressed. He's grateful for all the help he can get. There's lots of Nono out there that need to be guided to the roots of the Pensai tree.
Okay, where can I find them?
They're hiding in the glitter grass that mostly grows deep inside damp caves, where they draw mineral from the natural rock. One day, he hopes the tree will have grown tall enough to sustain the world. But today, your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree.
This is going to be the general plot of the game then. The general conceit is that we're going to be hunting Nono to bring to a tree to make it grow and save the world. Is that Is that how this is going to go? The overarching concept? I just don't get why he's Elvis. I just don't understand that part. As I say, just look at these environments, and then you have a weird Elvis ferret just hanging out there. It's such a juxtaposition. It's so weird. I mean, weird is clearly what they were going for, right? That's...
Now that you've seen the Nono's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt. From this day on, he'll make nurturing the Pensai into a tree of life, a life goal, not only for our village's sake, but for all of us, everyone.
Everyone.
One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Mooma will be able to protect us.
Not even my Mooma.
You can already see the effects from how reckless those before us acted, and unless something changes, we're doomed. The land won't survive the side effects of the old world's industrial advances.
Look, I'm sorry, alright. Stop giving me human
He
guilt.
says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Mooma comes looking for you. You did good here today.
But she will destroy me. She only cares about Wong Fu, don't worry about it.
That's not true. She's the reason there's still unity, and the only one strong enough to keep the 6 Wang Fu disciples disciplined. He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow.
So is it the same guy? I must have completely missed that.
Remembers every single day he devoted to growing the tree
okay.
of life, but now he's afraid it might be in
Why did he lose his Elvis aesthetic?
The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that that the World Eaters arrived.
Oh god, this guy's just expositioning all over my face right now.
The genetic evolution that occurred after the apocalypse that Toxanol Corporation inflicted on the land set the World Eater's DNA into overdrive. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route.
Right.
Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route.
Right.
Noko has tamed the Majut and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route.
Yeah.
Finally, Goop is almost done with the Googlide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast.
Yeah. So there's like 4 world bosses I need to defeat.
His friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of each route. The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end this on their own.
Then why were they trying before I showed up?
He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved.
I like how he's particularly hung up on the concept of Porky Puff. He'd heard mention of all the others, and he was like, wait, Porky Puff? How do I defeat the World Eaters?
His friends have prepared something specific for each World Eater. The Mekton, the Octopod, the Majut, and the Googlide are almost ready to ride.
You just told me that. Heard all about this.
Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters.
So here's a net. Uh-huh. I knew it, I called it. So, after this 90% exposition episode that we've just had. It seems like the goals of this game are to net potato people and to defeat the 4 big puffs. And I don't know how to feel about that. There seems to be a vaguely racist / homophobic undercurrent in this entire game's narrative. But here I am, repping pink, repping the rainbow colours. I'll bring diversity back to this realm. I think I'm going to wrap here. I will tentatively continue with this game. I can see a lot of the gripes with it. I can see that the combat is less than perfect, but I'm intrigued to see how it unfolds. Maybe if I get some more magic powers, maybe different enemy types will spice things up a bit. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, we're gonna come back to this. Thanks for watching this first video in the possibly very, very long series, or possibly very, very short series of Joe Plays Biomutant. I'll see you next time. Look at those teeth. Oh no, look at those teeth. Oh.